Yet another episode that has confused me. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Matthew V. Haynes, aka the Clockmaster. Right now, I'm going to be reviewing for you the second episode of Legion. So in this second episode, we continue from the first one. David Haller is rescued by his girlfriend and some bunch of people who we have no idea who they are yet, and he's still trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, that's all I got for a synopsis of episode 2. So guys, like I said, this is another confusing episode. I have no clue. Like I said, I didn't take any notes again for this one because I just wanted to just talk about it. I literally watched the second episode right before this. So fresh thoughts, man. Just more confusion, just straight up confusion. You see, I was discussing this with someone else in my first episode review of this show, is that I like the idea that they have this type of narration style where it's scattered and jagged up and it's confusing. I like it, but then he also mentioned to me that it can kind of be a little bit tiring, and yes, I mean, it could be tiring. I'm watching this and I'm saying, my mind is just going, what is going on? So, and then you got the guy with the yellow eyes again, and then you got Sid, and then the first 1 minute you can touch her, then you can't touch her again. Mild spoilers, by the way. Overall, my thoughts on the episode and the show so far, if I'm, because I'm going all over the place just like the show, but I would say the show is really good because it's doing its job. It's trying to tell the story from the perspective of someone who thinks he's mentally insane, and as the episode continues, we start to learn more about his past, and they kind of debunked my whole theory of they're going the comic book route where Legion's father is going to be Charles Xavier, Professor X. They're apparently not going to go down that route anymore. So at least from what we've seen in this episode, we see they reveal his mother. We don't see her face, we don't see her name or hear her name or anything, but they revealed his mother, and they reveal his father. They say his father is an astronomer. I don't know what Professor X to be an astronomer, but then we also don't see his father's face in this episode. We don't know what's going on. If his father even really existed. That's another thing too, because like I said, we don't know whether half of the things that's going on in the show is real or not, and if it's fake, if it's real, if any of this stuff is happening is real. We do not know. That's the whole thing. We still don't know Sydney is his girlfriend. We don't know she's existing. His friend, we don't know she's existing too. Well, I'm starting to believe as though his friend was completely imaginary. Everybody's imaginary. Everything, his sister's imaginary. It's just everything, because I don't know, man. It's just having me really freaking out because I just don't know what to think. They introduced the concept of the voices in his head as memories, and the woman, she's expressing to him that he doesn't have any type, he's not schizophrenic, and it's just his powers and his gifts and everything. And we kind of get a reveal as to his powers. They say telepathy, and they say some type form of telekinesis, hence him being able to move objects, as we saw in the last episode through a past memory, that he was able to move objects and things around him. So we're known telekinesis is there, telepathy is there. What else can he do? Like I said, I was really hoping they were going to follow the DID route from the comic books as to where he has different personalities that contain different abilities and different powers. But then also in this episode, you see him like he's having, if you guys are familiar with DC's Flash on the CW, you have Cisco. He has this vibing power, Cisco Ramon. He can kind of touch an object and be able to foresee something in the future, or to see something that's going on around him, maybe in the relative future, the near future, something that's going on in the past. He can able to tell those things by just touching an object. And you see in this episode, David Haller, as he's going in for an MRI scan, and he's going all these things. He has sort of like a vision, or he's seeing a real life, or just not even a vision, but something that's happening as he was in the MRI of his sister being abducted by Division 1, the people who were going after him and Sydney. So I don't know if that is another power. And then right after that, you see a scene where the piece of the MRI machine is outside of whatever campus they're at. So I don't know what is going on. And then again, this show ends on another cliffhanger. It just ends when the show is now starting to build up. It's now starting to build up. You say, okay, we're getting a story. It's now starting to build up. Boom. It just ends. Just like that. Boom, just ends like this. And then we gotta wait till next week to figure out what's going on. And I'm just so, like, I just do not know. I have no clue at this point because all the theories that I had before completely was debunked after seeing this episode. I just don't know, guys. All in all, like I said, is it a good, it is so far, it's doing such a great job. I still want to believe this whole theory with him having multiple powers. I mean, like I said, they may continue with that. But just leave out the whole DID aspect. They might just leave it as though he's having different powers. Because we also know too, in the original comic books of Legion, he has the ability to absorb people or different like actual people. Like if this person was here, I could just go up to them and just absorb them, and they're living in my conscience. So I saw another person doing a review. They were having a similar concept. They were talking about his friend who was presumably dead is he probably absorbed not necessarily her physical body, but like more of her spiritual side, I guess, or her mind really, into his mind, so he will always hear her in his thoughts. But then what made me say that it's all imaginary is that you see a scene where she's sitting on a stove and they're walking on the street, and it looks like an event from his past. So if it is an event from his past, then perhaps maybe she's completely imaginary and his friend never existed. But what got me even more confused is that Sydney claims when they had their whole body switched or whatever in the last episode that she accidentally killed his friend while she was in his body. So if Sydney is real and she accidentally killed his friend, that means his friend is real. But that doesn't make any sense. Maybe his friend, maybe they were ride or dies since the beginning and they both got institutionalized. I don't know. Or maybe Sydney's fake and it's all fake. Everything's fake and it don't make no sense because it's all fake. It's all fake. So just leaving me with so many questions as to what will happen. And the devil with the yellow eye thing, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, what is going on with that? And then we hear, I keep forgetting her name, a woman who is trying to help David. She is saying that everything he's seeing is not fake, it's real. So I don't know what is going on. I know I keep saying that a lot in this video, guys, but I'm literally just really honestly confused as guess, and that is their intention, I'm guessing, to confuse them. And as I was doing more research and reading things, they were saying that this show is not going to be, while it is existent in the X-Men film franchise, it's not necessarily connected to the actual movies. So they kind of said that is after doing some more research on it, they're saying it's more existent in a parallel universe, and that David is the one of the first of many strong mutants. Keep all these different shows, mutants or superheroes, whatever you want to call it, that he's going to be one of the strongest ones. So we can kind of throw Professor X out of the window, but I still want to hold hope for it. And also that book, The World's Angriest Boy, The Angriest Child, or that book, that scene in this episode was really, honestly, very creepy to me. It was just like, oh my gosh, could you imagine a parent reading that book to their child? If you guys seen the episode, I just do not. It's like, this is just crazy. And is that another part of David's childhood that was an imagination for him, that is not necessarily real, and he was just imagining something from his childhood that was just horrific in that way? Who knows? Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed this review to the second episode of Legion, leave your comments down below if you have seen this episode, and what are your thoughts, what are your theories going on to the show, man? Are you as confused as I am? Just let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget, if you're new, to subscribe, hit the like button, ring that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for taking your time out to watch this one. Clockmaster, out.